Hey guys, I don't know, I had to like install the plugin again. I have been cleaning up my computer for the past couple of weeks, and I think I must have, I'm like a person who just, I throw things away and I delete things that I shouldn't just to kind of like clean it up. And I think I must have deleted it. I don't know. Anyways, hi. I just watched and I disabled the side chat because I just didn't want like pay attention to that and do this too because I just didn't want to. This is going to be quick. I just watched not all, but off and on a little bit of a lot of what Marshall had to say earlier and tonight, and he just ended his. And I want to say, I was interested to see just recently the outcome of what this was going to go on, and so I had tuned in to see kind of the outcome, and um, it's weird being disconnected from everything like I have been. It just seems so insane when you look back at it and you're going through life. This just all seems insane. It does. To take a look at it, you have a different vantage point. I want to extend and say I'm sorry to you, Marshall. I got too involved. I got too involved. I let myself get worked up and my mind taken off of things that were going on in my life and made myself get upset, and not and rightfully so. I mean, you said really horrible things, but you said you're sorry. I want to say I'm sorry. I'm embarrassed for being a part of that. I am not the good friends that I've met, not anything like that. It doesn't excuse anything. I'm not saying I'm team anything. I'm just saying to you, I would like to say that I'm sorry for my part in that, because it's just too much. It's too much. It's I don't like how I acted, and I don't like what you said, but I can't, I'm not going to go on that. I mean, I stand by the things that I was upset about, and those are still things that I don't like. But listening to you, first of all, you just made sense. I've never known you, Marshall, with everything that you've done, that I don't like. One thing you're not as a liar. It's like you just don't lie. Not that you haven't lied, but you don't lie well, and it's just something. You may be guilty of a lot of other things, but usually not a liar. Not that you haven't, not that everybody hasn't. I'm not saying that, but you're usually not a liar. And I believe what you said. I know how things go down in courtrooms, and I did listen to um, the response, from the other party of what was said went down, and I always believe probably 10% of what that person's saying. Um, but I'm sorry for my part in just saying mean things, hosting hangouts, doing that kind of stuff that really seems just so insignificant right now. It does. It seems so childish. It seems so not who I want to be. I wouldn't want to be associated with a room that did what I was doing. And I think it's stupid. And it's true. It's it's true. People who are doing that are getting their minds off of something else. That's true. People who are doing that are doing that. Everybody, everybody. If you're really involved in stuff, there's something going on in your life. If you're not, then you're not. You're doing that stuff. Anyways, I'm going to say that I applaud you for what you said. It was never about the e-begging for me. You have a right, and you can ask for money. It's not going to get you anywhere, dude. It's good that you're saying you're gonna get a full-time job. I'm laughing at because you still had a way to throw that in there, which is kind of quite comical right now. I mean, I feel bad for your situation. I know, how scary that may be. I'm not giving you any money, dude, but I do hope that you'll see yourself through and you have family. And I think your head's in the right place and you're going in the right direction. And I know how daunting, court can be when it's like, does that mean I can talk? Does that mean I can't talk? And so yeah, me not being on cam, I heard that part earlier too. Um, yeah, I think a lot of women just don't want to be, or people don't want to be picked apart by trolls. I think that's it. I remember being new on YouTube and remember that feeling of like you weren't afraid to show anything. You weren't afraid to, because you haven't been jaded by those stalkers, those trolls who just are very miserable and will eat everything up that you do or that you show, So I think that's why. No, there's not, some major reason why I just haven't felt like it. I haven't felt like being under a microscope for people to judge and to talk about. So I'm sure that's the reason why, other people don't either. I can only assume. I mean, if I was just hanging around looking like a hot Playboy model, as soon as I roll out of bed, I'd probably have the camera on 24/7, but that's just not the case. I wanted to say a couple of things. This is random, but I ordered some soaps. I think a couple of soaps and a couple of something else from Chandra. If you guys don't know her, she's Unicorn Suds, I believe. If she listens to this, maybe she'll put her link below. Guys, I'm not just saying this at all. And Chandra, I've never said this to you because we really don't talk, but your stuff that you make is truly amazing. I was like, my mouth hit the floor like, wow, this girl's really good. So, I mean, and I didn't just get the few things, I mean, because I'm on a major different way these days of watching what I'm spending and trying to be thoughtful in that. But you really are, I mean, if you guys have to look, if she listens to this or somebody listens to this in the comments, put her Etsy site, because she makes these soaps that are amazing looking. Okay, that's separate. There's things that I wanted to say that maybe I'll say some other time. Nothing bad, nothing negative, just some support for my friends. One of them was I need a whole hour for this, but one of them is to Corey. I remember Corey and I were never friends. We weren't friends. We didn't know each other at all. And the opinion that I had of Corey is I could not be, and I've said this before, I could not be as wrong as I was about that. Really, she's the biggest person I was wrong about. I believed what I had heard from a few different people, trailer trash or this, and it's just she's so well spoken. She's got a beautiful voice. She has that slight, her and her husband both have that slight Southern accent that I know it's wrong, but I always associate that with being more educated. That's not the truth. I'm not saying that, but I do. And her political views actually usually are the type that more educated people go to. Her typing style is very smart. She's a very smart, kind woman, and she's beautiful, and her family is beautiful. She had a picture of, one thing that really struck me is she had a picture of herself and her husband, and her grandkids were in the back seat in the car. And I'm like, that's really a beautiful family. You wouldn't look at that family at all and say trailer trash or white trash and, stuff that's been said. It's just, if you didn't know her, you would listen, you would hear that stuff and you'd go, oh, that's probably true, like I did. And it's just not the truth. It couldn't be further from the truth. And I know you can't judge somebody by how they look, but a lot of times, you know, sometimes there's something to that. And her and her family are a beautiful family. They look like a nice family that they are. And he's a hardworking man, and she's done a beautiful job. And then she was honest, saying she didn't want to, take care of the kids. She had done raising the kids, and now she's doing it. And now she's, some days is probably, I'm sure it's harder, and it's beautiful. There's nothing to mock about that. And I can't believe that I did that. I can't believe that I let myself get so involved that I did that. I won't again. I won't again. Never, you guys, if you're listening to this really so majorly involved, take a step back and just look at it from the outside, take a break, and then kind of come back in and look at it, and you'll go, and you really will. You'll go, oh my God. I mean, it's not like things don't piss me off, even though they're on the internet, because it's still real. You still have those feelings if someone says something about you. It's not like you don't have those feelings, but you just get it. And Marshall, bringing this back to you, what you said, I don't know even if you're really aware of it or not, but that was really a true thing. I mean, you're offering an olive branch to a mob of people. And I was there, and I'm not judging anybody who was in that mob who was angry at you for saying what you said. I'm not doing that. I even think Becca and Dave, when they look back at this and realize that they spent, and I know how much lawyers cost. I'm paying, $10,000 a month, easy. But that's for something important. But to pay that kind of money to fight an order of protection, I don't know. It's honestly, guys, it's just, before I would have been into it, and I would have been gone like, yeah, way to go. And I know that they're probably doing that too, but they'll look back at that and they'll go, what the fuck did we do? I don't care how much money you have. I mean, obviously they have money. They're paying for the lawyers. But wow, I mean, it's wow. It's like someday you may need that. Trust me, to fight something real. This isn't real. This doesn't matter. I don't think that Elvis was afraid of Dave. I don't think that was necessary. I think it's a bunch of people who were angry at Dave, and he was angry at Dave, and built that all up. I don't think Dave should have gone there and done that. I think he should have taken his wife someplace else, and they shouldn't. And they're together while you have each other, and while you're together, love each other. Love each other. I'm not saying that you don't, and you don't have to listen to me, but love each other and go towards something positive. Just cut off from all of this. Just cut off before it's too late. Before you just, it's none of this. The stuff is all toxic. It's all toxic. It really is. There's nothing good that comes of any of this stuff. It's not, I think that there's so many good people here that were just like myself. I'm not different than anybody else. It gets too involved. And you wouldn't know that unless you have a wake up call. And I don't wish that upon anybody. But then if you did, you'd get it, and you'd want to tell the good people, because I've talked to so many really good people. I just got an email from Berg. I'm not going to bring anybody up right now. Berg, I want to say this real quick, though. I have moved. I'm just saying this is cheesy, but I've moved out of the bottom of YouTube. I've moved from the toxicity. And now this room, you see extra cats. You can take that as whatever you mean. I just want to say that I'm a little bit extra. Maybe I'm fat, or maybe I just give you that extra pizzazz. Well, this room has moved someplace else out yonder. We're no longer in that. So when I do open up for business, so to speak, and want to chat normally with you guys, let's just not talk about that. Let's just not. I don't care if there's like 10 people in there, the 10 people that I love 20, there's 30, there's however many people. Let's just do that. You know, and if we want to do like a little bit of gossip on something, let's have it be gossiping about you know, something far removed, you know, something that's going on in Hollywood or politics or something like that. Nothing that has to do with anybody here. You know what I mean? At least that's what this room will do when I do decide to open it back up. But we have moved. And Berg, I think you're a nice guy. I still stand by that. You said some atrocious things to a lot of people, but I think you felt cornered and you felt trapped and you have a mouth on you, and people will never give it a break. They're not going to give it a break. Not here. You know, if I could wave a magic wand and just let's like set the reset button on everybody all over the place, it's just not going to work. And people do, if you're really look around, trust me on this. If you are not people who just occasionally come in, not people who whatever, but if you're a regular in this, there's something wrong in your life. As much as I didn't want to admit it and I'm pretty much in tune with who I am. I'm pretty much, I can't usually deny things to myself. I'll put it out of my head, but I can't. But yeah, so, you know, when someone's fighting with you, when someone's saying stuff, if you want to look at it like there's something going on in their life, no matter who it is, myself, I'm not trying to like stand in judgment. I'm just saying maybe you'll see things differently because there is. And this the saying, hurt people, it's true. It's true. There are a handful of just straight up lunatics. And I think we probably can point out the straight up lunatics. That's not what I mean. You can't help sociopaths. There's going to be sociopaths in the midst of being online, unfortunately. But just the regular people that you could probably hang out with in real life. Like I probably think Dave and Becca on a different place. Dave especially, because I just always thought, you know, he's a funny, smart guy. I didn't really know Becca that much. I don't like what went on. But I don't really care. It doesn't matter to me right now. It doesn't. And I think it's great that they meet people and they treat them to dinner. I think one of the biggest things before was always meeting people or seeing or knowing people. And it was always you, the one doing that. To actually go someplace and have somebody else pay for you is amazing. And I think I think that deep down, you know, not even that deep. I think probably dust off some stuff and you're probably some pretty good people. And everybody just got all, you know, this whole thing just got out of control, really out of control. As far as me, when I've called the cops before, I did wanted to say this. I wouldn't think of, besides the Zia thing, that was like pretty much a lynch mob on him. That pretty much was mob mentality. It was the sharing of, and just and the police officers agreed, the sharing of documents and extremely personal things like that, and just documents and screen sharing and personal and things of people that are not involved in all that. That's where I would draw the line, and I would continue to call the cops and have somebody involved if they did things like that. That's really none of anybody's business. And it's not been brought here. None of that stuff has been brought here to anybody. That's when but I get it. I get it, because, you know, this begets this happens, and then this happens. And I think that everybody is to blame. But aside from those, I can count like 3, like complete sociopaths, like 4 maybe. Complete. So not talking about them. I'm talking about everybody else, whether, you know, we're friendly or you hate me or I hate you, or, you know, hate's a strong word, whatever. Everybody else. I think we just all get too worked up. I wish, you know, that something could change, but when you draw in 100 and some people because you're slamming somebody, and people will continue to have problems in their everyday life, you're going to continue. But just if anybody is sitting there lurking and listening, remember that the people who are up there doing it the loudest, don't let them make you feel bad, because there's something lacking or going on, or something major is happening in their lives. Everybody, no matter how nice they seem, they're going to a day-to-day job, but they seem normal, they seem whatever. If they're doing that and so invested in it, there's something there's something going on. That's just really what I've learned. So when we come back some other time, I would love to talk about that. What was it? There was a gentleman that I'm following that the things that I have been watching on YouTube. I've been watching a lot of DIYs for some reason. I went down the rabbit hole of that. And then this guy, and his name is Pee Wee Tom, I think. Oh my God, he's such a handsome English guy, and he's got like weeks to live. And if you listen to him, you'll realize how just that we're lucky to be here. I mean, my God, this guy, I don't know if anybody knows his channel, put it there. And he shares it, and he's funny. He's making jokes, and he's still fighting. It reminds me of my brother, because my brother Gino died when he was 38 of cancer, and he was funny till the end. And he was, you know, he was a cop, and he was handsome. He was, you know, he was the homecoming king, and he was, he got a scholar. He had signed with the Minnesota Kicks soccer team because he was all pro soccer, and then became a Miami police officer. And he was the one of my brothers who never smoked, never drank, never did drugs. He was the jock, really the jock. And, you know, he got diagnosed of stage 4 colorectal cancer, and died, you know, soon thereafter. So I'm just saying that that can happen to anybody. In a blink of an eye, your life can change, and you're really hurting people by what you're saying. You know, Marshall, you really hurt me by your words that you said, especially the Zionist and the Jew and those kind of things. That the fat thing, no, because that just doesn't to me anymore. But that part does. That's my Achilles, is that part, because I've been over, you know. Anyways, when you walk through Auschwitz, and when it's hard when you hear stuff like that. But I said things to you too that were just mean, and I just don't want to do that again. I don't want to get involved with that again. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. I did lose my dog. So this has kind of been tough too. I lost little Delilah, my little Maltese. And so that's been really hard. So, you know, I was going to say about that is, you don't know out there who's suffering through things like that. I've gotten some messages from people of things like that they can kind of really understand what they're going through, is because people don't know that they're going through that in their life. And I don't think most of us would I don't think like Dave and Becca would do that to people in real life. I don't think they would. And I think Dave, especially when he means, like, you know, let's put the olive branch out, when he's said that before, or when he's said, let's meet me for a steak dinner, it's like, let's everybody just get along. You know, that's just what I think. But then again, you know, I want to see things with rosy colored glasses. So pardon the pun. So, okay, I've rambled on long enough, and I know that's pretty weird because there's no side chat going on. I'd like to see your comments after that. To the people who have reached out to me and I haven't reached back out to you, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I read them all, and they mean a lot to me. They really do. I would like to say that I'm going to get back to everybody this week, but I don't want to. I'm learning to not say things that I can't completely 100% know that I'm going to follow through with. So, but I don't have it right. I have set up another email address that I want to use just for that because I don't want to lose the people that have been so extremely nice to me with your stories and what you said. I don't want to lose that. And if I know if I could like say, okay, let's just like start over. Here's this email address so we can I can contact you all through that because some of them come in through DM and text and um an email or Instagram or whatever. And then it's just, so if I have that one place there that maybe I could connect with you guys, and I will take the time and send you the email address out there so we could connect that way. And I'd like to have the people who were here before and who just want to have a nice kind of, you know, not this kind of a hangout, the same people who were around before. I know that my friends, I know that they don't want this. I know that they're not like this. I know. Brandy, I love you, girl. Brandy, you are beautiful. You're gorgeous. You're beautiful. You're beautiful inside and out. God, I don't want to like go through the whole list of things that I want to say, but now that I'm talking, you can't shut me up. So anyways, thank you for your hangout, Marshall. I'm not happy. I'm not going to give you money. I don't agree with everything that you said, but I hate the things that I said either. I accept your olive branch. I completely apologize to you. And I do wish you the best in life. And I will talk to you all soon, guys. Take care.